The city saw nearly 20% more murders.
Outside Metro Foodland on Detroit's west side, a banner reads, "God said, thou shalt not kill. Stop killing each other. Start helping each other."
As of the end of October, police responded to 97 homicides, a 24% increase from last year. The chief spoke at a community meeting
on January 17, 2007, Deon Griffin was driving in West Detroit. While the vehicle was stopped at an intersection, someone in the passenger seat shot and killed Griffin, then fled the vehicle on foot. A single eyewitness saw the shooting from down the street.
Hello, this is a prepaid debit call from
Rudy,
an inmate at the Muskegon Correctional Facility.
The police department, especially Detroit, they were just cleaning up the streets. They were taking anybody that they thought was a bad guy and they would get them off the street at any cost. There's detectives that were going back and talking to witnesses and saying, listen, I know you gave a description of this person, but we want you to give a description of this person. This is the target that we're going after. And they would actually coerce or intimidate witnesses to change their story.
I got a very unique one witness case who has since came forward and with a recantation affidavit detailing the egregious atrocities he endured to lie on me under government pressure.
So in this case, you have a situation where right after the crime, an interview was conducted by the police of the witness. And he said that he saw a black man get out of the car. He was approximately 5'9", 210 pounds, stocky, and had medium complexion.
He was told that if he didn't get up on the stand and say Rudy did this crime, that he was going to be in contempt.
At trial, his statement changes to say that the person had a dark complexion and that they had stubble on their face, right? He doesn't say anything about stubble in his initial statement, and he certainly doesn't say he's dark complexion.
I can only imagine the stuff he went through and endured to pull up on a 19-year-old and say, look, man, you going to say Rudy did this, or we going to put it on you?
I met up with this witness, and he drafted up an affidavit, and it signed it.
This affidavit read, "After so many encounters with those officers, I finally decided to cooperate with them, even though I could not positively identify Rudy Thomas as the shooter. I also felt that I had no other choice."
I feel sorry for him. I really appreciate, the fact that he come forward and brave enough to let the world know what's going on. Like, this guy's innocent. He can't wait to put this behind him.
After the witness recanted his testimony and documented it, I thought they would let my son come home, and he's still not home.
Documents from an FBI investigation identify an alternate suspect, the victim's drug partner, referred to in this document as B. Later, the FBI concluded that Mr. Griffin was killed by someone that was seated in his vehicle and possibly knew him.
I have absolutely no knowledge of the crime, absolutely no knowledge of the perpetrators or anybody involved in this, period.
Official state documents also reveal the victim, Deon Griffin, was a DEA informant. Rudy and his defense only learned of the victim's status as a DEA informant years after the trial. The state's failure to disclose Griffin's status as an informant may constitute a Brady violation and could be grounds for a retrial. Rudy's attorney, Che Carrega, failed to present Rudy's alibi at trial.
I was at a hotel at the time. They wasn't interested in knowing this. Checked in my name. January 13th was my daughter's birthday. We stayed at the hotel for like 8-9 days.
Carrega was disbarred just a few years later for misconduct, including failure to provide competent representation and poor communication with his clients.
The prosecutor he's actually got a reputation, I guess you can say. He's been responsible for multiple wrongful convictions.
Patrick Muscat has been on Anthony Legis, who got exonerated. Marvin Cotton, who got exonerated. Thelonious Session, who got exonerated. Navon Hill, who got exonerated. Kenneth Nixon, who got exonerated. He's known for holding exculpatory information. He's known for suppressing evidence. He's known for this.
It's the prosecutor's office, the judges, the police department, the local government. Corruption runs deep. There was a point in time where Detroit was the black eye of the country. The police department wasn't solving cases. I think they had a closure rate of like 20% or something. And there was a lot of pressure from the federal government to solve a lot of these cases. So they started to cut corners. So they got to the point where he probably went from framing people for traffic tickets to now murder cases. It's that culture that allowed him to exist and operate. And I think until we can completely dismantle that culture, we're forever going to be in this repetitive problem.
I mean, the system here is just so broken, and it hinders our culture, our men, our brothers, our nephews, our fathers, and especially black people. Black men for sure.
So they kind of pushed him in like they do everybody else and made him a statistic and made him a number.
Knowledge is power, and when you're a man of structure, a man of vision, a man of God, and you believe anything is possible, they want to strip you from that. They want to take it away from you.
He was a kid that smiled all the time. I used to think about renting him out in toothpaste commercials. Because that's all he did was smile.
If you are who you are, no matter where you at, you should change that. So Rudy is still who Rudy is, and that's a good thing, that the system didn't break him. Because when he went to jail, my daughters was 4 and 8. That's a very long time. He's not there to walk them down the aisle, not to see them graduate from all levels.
Yeah, my dad, he's an amazing guy. I can say that he's one of a kind. I had got the phone call. He was sentenced to jail with no parole in life. It kind of broke me down because he didn't want to tell us what was actually going on, and he would go year to year tell us hey, I will see you guys, don't worry, it's okay. It's every year I would get excited to get ready to think that my dad was coming home and we was getting ready to see him or whatever, and we could never see him. It was hard, of course, going to school and seeing other kids get picked up by their fathers with their parents,
Dad events at school and
yeah.
stuff, that used to be hurting my feelings because I'm like, dang, I can't see my dad. He can't come out for a day. They can't let him out for a day to come to this event.
You see it on TV. I read across something not too long ago. Guy get out of jail after 40 years. I don't want that to be my brother for something that he didn't do.
It's been too long as we keep looking through the birds and seeing him. We need to be seeing him on the same side we on, freedom.
I love him. I want him to have his freedom to come and go as he chooses. The Lord's going to bless him and bring him home to us.
I love you, Pops.
Love you, Pops.
And I miss you. Love you, Dad.
I love you.
This was my grandma's house. This is where I stayed at when I was young with my grandma. And Rudy's house was right down there. Right before you get to the little yellow signs, his house was right in there. Oh yeah, he'd come to my grandma's house, or I'd go down to his house, get him, we'd go in the back and grab some bikes and to get to riding.